this is the second Default World Cup. And it looks like this is the second. This is the Default World Cup. What? What do I want for dinner? Could I do Subway? Just the meat. I just really just want meat now. Yeah, right now. I know. And it looks like some people are down. This is part 2. It looks like he's going in. And it looks like this is what... And it's actually really hard to know what you're gonna get and what you're gonna do. Because it can always go 2 ways. You just never know. That's what I think is happening right over here. It's deciding what to do in this next move. Because it's really important to know if you're going to move to circle now or later. Because if you're not going to move to circle now, you're going to have to wait till later, and it takes forever. The process goes on. What I recommend, some people like to go, most popular people would love to go and do gosh, why do you stab that music? He is looking out for players. There's a lot of stuff going on with this Defult World Cup, and it's not always the best. No, you have to make sure you're getting all these this loot, making sure that you have the right moments, the right matches, just so you can make this work. Now, I'm not saying that it's not the best, and it's a fight that has started. He is pushing in while. See, you want to make sure that when you're trying to shoot someone, you don't want to just back away from the fight, because it's not content. But like, you should always make sure, as a tip, you should always make sure that you're actually doing what you need to do before you shoot. Because if you don't shoot when the proper time, it just makes this whole whack-a-moodle stuff. And this happens. A chase. This is what ends up happening. It looks like he is running, though, for circle. This guy is just barely got in. All the way coming in clutch. He looks like he just went out. Get loot 23 died because of storm. Seeing someone getting sniped at. What is this guy went into the box trying to loot up, trying to get something good. But did he miss? Shooting and firing, firing going on, shooting fast and faster and game gets interesting real quick. You gotta understand how scrims these are. It gets so scrim. It gets a lot scrimmier here than you will think it will be. This guy has been our little target. He's camping. Camping's not a strategy I would use, but running away is not also. But you gotta make sure that you are in the right position, and if you're having enough. If you do not have enough, I would advise you to not leave from there. It looks like he's pushing someone else. It's idiotic. It looks like he is moving though, while someone is still staying. Chasing after the guy. I would recommend chasing after people that are being beeps and chickening it out. Stop with the music! Wait, what? It looks like they're coming in close combat. It's coming in closely. This might be the start of a build battle. But it looks like he's trapping himself in the box. I do not recommend this strategy because eventually he will be popping down and waiting for you. Like he is doing right now. And he's out. See, strategies like these sometimes work. Would I recommend it? No. No, I wouldn't. Just like most people are in Weeping Woods right now, you gotta be careful and maybe turtle. Turtling is a good strategy if you're trying to win. Turtling, in my opinion, is pretty good. Like popping out, sniping, it's probably a good recommendation. Shooting down builds, build battle. And okay then. Time for some music. Going in for a snipe. He hits it real hard. But is he going to make it for the next play? He's building up. Staying down low. Not a good advice. And he's out. Gets his loot. It looks like this is not good for him because someone is pushing at the moment. Trying to investigate, probably. Is he the next person to kill him? That's the question. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And he is out. On screen art 9742. Good job. GG's. You got a lot of kills, but its time has ended and Moisty Merman has taken you out. This has been an intense battle. This is an intense battle coming on. He needs to be running the circle, but instead is healing at the moment. Not a good strategy. In fact, I would not recommend fighting in storms. Fighting in storms is probably dumb to do. But running in, using med kits and everything is a good strategy. You need all the med kits you can get, especially if you're scrimming. Now, I can tell you scrims are about to happen, but Storm Church will not. This is, remember, this is the Defult World Cup. If you guys don't know what happened to me, I kind of fell off in Dirty Docks. I accidentally was grabbing a chest and I went for the AR, thinking I landed in the water, and I fell to my doom. It was a fun experience. I'm an idiot. It looks like someone is taking everyone out. Who knows? Maybe this will happen soon. It looks like this guy is gonna snipe. Or at least try to. I don't know. It looks like he's waiting for circle. But at the moment, someone is just bottom. They're going in passive with each other, not realizing they will probably not be facing each other. They will probably not be facing not knowing if they're facing each other or not. In a build. It's really dangerous to just try to make it, because a lot of noise can be happening while you're doing battles. Why are you camping in a bush? Sure. And he is out. Someone came in clutch. Yep. This has been a good strategy is to build up like this. But one of the worst things to be when you're building is not in circle and still having the high ground. It is the worst position you can get, but I would recommend doing this sometimes. Right now, you probably want, but the worst part with tiny zones is this, that you're trying to, like, build and everything and shoot and kill the people, but, like, and that's really kind of inappropriate a little bit, but that's the objective of this game. Don't know if this is going to be for school, but you got to understand that sometimes you got to be in the position that you are in, and you guys got to make the, at least the quietest noise you can get so no one gets attracted to it. So it will help you. Looks like this guy hasn't made. This guy hasn't made. Literally. Hasn't made. I would not recommend usually being in here. Looks like there's a storm fight happening right now. Scrims are happening. Looks like he is building on in. This is a good turtling is a good strategy. Like I've said, this is turtling. He's scrimming so hard, trying to not be get hit from above. It might make meet his doom by this, but if he pulls it off, he will succeed. This is looking really sharp. It looks like fighting is going on everywhere. Looks like this is happening. And it looks like this is the battle. And this is a 2v2 situation. This guy against April. Because I already know it's April. I already know it's April because I've watched. See, bet. How much you want to bet? Ha! It's April! See? It's April! But yes, as you can see, it is a pretty good strategy. Now, he is on the low ground. I would suggest the high ground for these advantage points. It's not the best decision not to be in the high ground, because if you're not in the high ground, it could lead to your doom. Especially in 1v1s. These 1v1s can get pretty tough. Shooting down, he's building, while 8-Ball is destroying stuff. It might not be the end for him, because like I said, it is the high ground that matters. It looks like he's pushing for the high ground. Or getting a good vantage point. If you're getting a good vantage point, like right here, for example, you can tell that this is going to be really good, because if you have this vantage point where you can see your opponent, if you can see your opponent, it will be really helpful for you for succeeding for the win. But if you do not, this could lead into your doom. And it looks like father and son 74 have won. And this is the Defult World Cup. See you guys next. Make sure to stay tuned.